Hello, this is Carlos, and today I'm going to be talking about how helping our rowers to be more consistent over their strokes, over the race or their workout is going to help them to go faster. We always hear about ideal stroke. Wow, I felt like that stretch of rowing felt good. I was maintaining a good speed. It was easy. So the key thing of all that, we know what good stroke length is, we know what a good power application is, we know what flow is, but now we need to maintain on the boat that consistent speed. We don't need to have up and downs, we don't need to have bad strokes, we don't need to have changes of speed over the race to maximize our thing. So we need to be consistent, we need to be able to repeat over and over that perfect stroke. And in order to do that, we need to train that and we need to learn how to do that. And the only way we can be learning to be consistent is by receiving a lot of data, a lot of information every time we do a repetition on the repetition, how exactly it was. We need to know exactly how we apply the power, how that power was applied, how long we were applying the power, and how was the speed of that, if that speed changed or not. How the RP3 can help us to learn to be more consistent is exactly all that data. So what we want is, we want to train. If I had a rower and I say, okay, today we're going to do 40 minutes at 150 heart rate, and we're going to be rowing at 18 strokes a minute. So as a coach, I'm not going just to look that he's delivering, that amount, for example, and I'm telling you, I want you to be working at 250 watts. 250 watts, 18 strokes a minute, just start and go. What I want is that rower, yeah, he's going at 250 watts, he's going at 18 strokes a minute all the time, but also he's rowing the same stroke length every time and he's applying the same power. So I want that the peak force is always the same number, the stroke length is always the same, and the peak is achieved on the same place. Because what I know on the water is that if that changes, it's going to change the impulse and it's going to change the speed of the boat. And the better the rower is, the more consistent he can be. When we are on the water, we don't have those numbers. We know the speed, we know the stroke rate, but we don't know if we lose balance to the left or one stroke, like I feel like I can go longer or not. I don't really know. I know, like, okay, we're losing speed here, we are not being consistent. The lower the level, the more that's obvious, and the higher, the more elite the level, the more consistent it is. So what I'm bringing here is the power of the RP3 and that feedback is that really as coaches and as rowers, we can bring the game to a much higher level. Now we can say, yeah, I can go 250 watts at 140 heart rate at 18 strokes a minute. But can you do it so that every stroke that you're achieving those milestones that I'm asking you, the power curve is exactly the same, and you're having the same stroke length, picking on the same place, and you don't show me in 40 minutes of the piece a bad stroke? That's the challenge. This is Ben Carlos. Thank you for watching.